5 mistakes first-time home buyers make. I'll be right back with those. Hi, I'm Brenda K with Stats and Stuff in Keller Williams here in this beautiful Halifax area. And of course, this is the Sweet Miss Frankie. This is the video series where we talk about anything and everything to do with real estate and also bring you the weekly stats update. So 5 mistakes that first-time home buyers can make. Number 1, the pre-approval process. They're going to tell you how you're going to go into a bank and they're going to look at your debt and they're going to look at what you make and they're going to say, you can afford to buy this. Maybe it's $400, $450. That's not what you want to shop with. That's not the information you want to shop with. So ask the mortgage broker, break it down into a payment for me. Add on what you think will be taxed. Add on $200 for heating in case it's an oil-generated heating system in the house. Go back to your budget. I always suggest to first-time home buyers, do your budget before you go in. You're paying rent now. So when you take your mortgage payment, the taxes, and the heat, where does that fit into your budget? Okay, that's what you want to know. You easily could end up on the craft dinner circuit. Nobody wants to be house poor. Everybody's got interest outside their house. So make sure you check and see what the payment amount is. Add the taxes and add the oil costing. Understanding the additional cost is number 2. There are so many little things that will add up when you buy your first home. You've got the lawnmower, you've got the snow shovel, you've got the snow blower maybe for some people. You've got window coverings, including the hardware, bathroom finishes that you want to do them up, nice in the home. Maybe you want to paint, you need a rake. There's so many things, and they don't sound like much, but they really can add up. And, with first-time home buyers, you need that budget, as we just talked about. So, number 3, purchasing with a new agent. Yes, I know. I was a new agent at some point. When I get into real estate as a second career, I had bought and sold with my husband and moved with my family probably 6 or 7 times. You also get wisdom with age, as we all know. I understand there's so many young ones coming into the real estate industry right now. I think they painted a really rosy picture of it on HGTV. The reality is, though, real estate is a very complex transaction. We make it look simple, but it's not. So it's so critical to be working with an agent. And I understand maybe your brother is new in it, maybe your cousin or your friend is new in it. That's fine. Work with them, but say, look, can we have an experienced agent in your company? Just ride shotgun for us. Because after this many years in this industry, there are still things that I learn every day. So I can just imagine for a new agent in today's market. Number 4, don't skip on inspections. So when I first got in, the inspections were a home inspection, and they would do a septic line from the house to the tank, throw some dye in the toilet, and I would drive by 3 days later and say, no fluorescent color on that lawn, that's all good. Well, those inspections, they're still there, of course, but much more to it now. So you've got your home inspection in the city, because there's a lot of the areas now that were built in the 1960s, 1970s that young couples are buying and they're renovating. Those sewer lines were put in the 1960s, early 1970s. Get that scope too. They have, the way the city works is anything to the line is your responsibility. And that can be costly. That can be upwards of $5,000 to fix that. So, and when you're buying rural, you've got your water quantity and your water quality, and you've got your septic, and you've got your home inspection. Radon is a big issue now. And I've seen first-time home buyers say, well, we're kind of tight for money. What do you think are important? All of them. Because if you don't cough up the $1,200 or $1,300 up front, you might be looking at $15,000 to $20,000 down the road. And if a seller has a pre-inspection report and they offer it to you, great. You'll have it in addition to your home inspector's report. My number 5. My number 5 is one of my greatest pet peeves. Beware of home buying and home inspection heroes. What's a home inspection hero? What's a buying hero? Everybody loves to give advice on real estate. They really do. And there's been so many times when I have a young couple and we're looking at the houses, and they've got a parent, an uncle, a friend Bob, whoever it is, and they're pointing out every little deficiency. You know, they're trying to prove their worth and flexing their real estate muscles out there. I have to share a story with you, and this happened several years ago. There was a young couple that I brought into a house near Brightwood Golf Course, and they loved it. It had been completely renovated, even had new sewer lines. Everything had been done to this house, and they loved this house. Did the inspection, and their home inspection hero was her father. He saw that there was a sub pump, and the inspector explained to them why it was there. It was functioning properly. But Dad wasn't hearing any of it. Dad was saying the opposite. If there's a sub pump, it floods. Guaranteed it's going to flood. And the inspector explained that with the water table in that area, the way the land sits, every house in this entire area of Dartmouth has sub pumps, which I see all the time. So off they go with their report, and I don't know what the father did, but that night, just put the fear of God into the motor sub pump. He was adamant. You're going to have water problems. You're going to have water problems. So they terminated, and they walked away. About 3 days later, she called me, and she said, you know what? We don't care about the sub pump. That was our dream house. We want that house. And I had to tell her it was sold. So what did he do? He flexed his real estate muscles all right, and he cost his daughter one of her dream homes, her first home, and it was a dream home. So please, 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 don't go out and be a home buying or home inspection hero. Let the experts, the realtors, the inspectors, the water testing people, let us do our jobs. Okay, there's my 5. So 5 mistakes first-time home buyers can make. So we're going to talk about what's going on in the market. So I said last week that there was, over 900 homes on the market. It is down to 893 in all of Halifax, Dartmouth. Semis, condos, single detached, you name it. There's 893 out there. On the market this week, we had 129. We had 130 sell, right? So we've when you look at that, it's basically left one listing available if you looked at it that way. The days on market were 20. I mean, that's 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, 1 day away from 3 weeks. I don't know if you can hear her, but my little one here is snoring today. The average price, $391,000 and changed. So I'm Brenda K. This is Stats and Stuff. I love bringing information to you every week. This is the sweet Miss Frankie who's snoring away here today. I'll see you next time. Cheers.